Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday, where we don't know what we're doing. Don't remember. It's been a couple weeks because I had to cancel for a couple of different reasons, because life do be like that. But yes, hello Kira, hello Gold. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch, which I actually need, because yeah, what happened at the end of last time? You had to quit early. Oh! I am in mourning. I watched Sim die. That's what happened. That's what you missed. You missed a big thing. I still don't believe Sim is dead. Because, like, can Sim even die? But apparently I believe, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Oh, my sympathies. Got him. It was a big, huge feelings moment, though, because it was like, oh, make out with the Sim, and then they die. What? Huh? But yeah, also about the Switch 2 Direct. I didn't know there was a Switch 2 Direct. Was it something that came out recently? Should I go look for this? Whose birthday is Pollen? Tammy, late Pollen. Tammy's late Pollen. And gaming base. And Nomi? Mid-dust. I don't know anyone at early bomb. Silk Song confirmed. Dang, it is really. I'll definitely take a look at the direct later, but dang, that is great. You're looking for Rex by the construction site, but Rex finds you first. Tackle hug! You turn to the source of the yell. Rex is barreling towards you, arms outstretched. You have about 2 seconds to decide how to react. Leap into his arms. You ready yourself to launch in his embrace, catching a glimpse of Rex's delighted smile as he scoops you up in his strong arms. He lifts you off your feet, swings you around, laughing. Hey, yo, Solana! Rex exclaims, what's a good girl like you doing in a place like this? You're the good boy, Rex. Give him a pick on his cheek. Rex's cheek is warm and soft, and you feel the curl of a smile under your lips. He sets you down on your feet, cups your face in his hand, and presses a friendly kiss to your forehead. Nice to see you too, Solana. Dang. It got confirmed for 2025, like 3 seconds, random glimpse into collage. Dang. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that reveal. I'm gonna have to look at all that stuff. I know that's gonna make a lot of people feel feelings. I think some people are starting to give up on Silk Song at this point. You think you're starting to understand the strange Helio boy and his love of hugs. So, Rex asks, crossing his arms, were you looking for me? What you need? Let's do something fun. Like what? Not, you're hot. Let's make it, why not? Rex says, go wide, he bites the bang. Oh man, he says, rubbing his hands in tone of space and mock agony. I mean, obviously, yes. Hello, Solana, hit me up literally any other time, but I'm actually super stoked to work on the build today. He looks over his shoulder at the construction project. If you want, you can come see what we're working on. There's lots of cool little private rooms and stuff, obviously. Multiplayer, not Bloodborne 2 exclusive? Hold on. Multiplayer? Multiplayer? You're telling me there's a campaign where I can do murder with my friends? I'm in. I love murder with friends. Best I can do, he whispers, but honestly it's kind of fun, right? He's there. It is kind of fun. That's not me. But I could see that with Mars. Okay, this was so worth it. I literally don't have to rest this month because of this. I don't have to rest anymore. All my stress is gone because of Rex. Dang. PvPvE for 8 players. Looks like Bloodborne 2, you're a vampire. That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome. Do that one. Woo, so. That sounds so cool. I want to be a vampire and murder things. I'm interested. You and Rex emerge from the construction site sometime later, rumpled and kiss-bitten, just a little bit contrite. The other construction workers tactfully don't take notice as Rex kisses you one more time and sends you off with a jaunty wave. You feel more relaxed than you have for weeks. Why should I care for nature? Mars asks, flipping her hair over her shoulder. The only thing nature's ever done is kill my people. I refuse to be held hostage by a planet that doesn't want us here. She smiles, though her overall expression is dangerous. If nature wants us to kill it, well, it's only fair. But if nature wants to kill us, it's only fair we try to kill it right back. Found something you might like. Rock. Yes. She's so pretty. You're looking for Mars, so you follow the sound of arguing until you track her down outside the bridge. Can't believe how short-sighted you're all being, she fumes. Don't you think we can just take this planet by force by killing everything that threatens us? It's like you've never thought about anything other than your own ego for 1 second of your stupid life. Who do you think you are? Lum roars. You'd all be dead in the ground if it weren't for me and my soldiers. We're the only thing standing between this colony and destruction. That's the problem, Mars retorts, sticking her finger in Lum's face. You only care about defense and not growth. This place is a backwater. There's nothing here worth protecting, she continues. We need to start thinking about economic and social policies that encourage growth and creativity, or all we're ever going to do is scrape by a miserable existence on this stupid fungus rock. What do you think we're doing? Lum counters. We can't grow until the enemy is defeated. There will be time for all of your... He waves his hand at Mars's extravagant outfit, nice jewelry and fancy clothing when our work is done. He crosses his arms, looking smug. You think you could just walk in here and tell me what to do, little girl? You don't know the first thing about what it's like to run a colony. You just play pretend. Dang. At Mars' shocked look, he continues. Yeah, I know about you and your little club. You're a rich little princess playing politics. You should go back to what you're good at, looking pretty. Let her fight her own battles or chime in and also... I feel like she wants us to fight her own battles. At least I'm doing politics, not just jerking off with my buddies about killing things. Mars spits. If every eye in the room wasn't on her before, it sure is now. Alum is sputtering. Mars tosses her hair over her shoulders and smirks. See, it's not so nice when other people do it, is it? Mudslinging politics is so old Earth. But don't worry, I don't take your lack of class personally. I want to see if I can save... Yeah, save Lum from Mars or let her go. Actually, you know, that's fair. I want to see what happens if I say something. That's not fair. I can handle this, Solana, Mars says, gritting her teeth. Oh. Then, yes, you can. Get out, Lum roars, and Mars turns on her heel and leaves command, grabbing you on the way out. Mars, you're awesome. Mars and I are also very strong besties. It's just... Sorry, sometimes it's easier. Everyone pretends they don't notice me. Amy stands on the super lounge, wrapped in a heavy shawl, looking off into the distance. You ever feel like you're just waiting? I feel like I'm waiting, but I don't know what for. I feel like if I give you a present, I can't give it to you on your birthday, and that would make me very sad. You bump into Tangent after a routine checkup in medbay. Solana, could you wait a moment? I'm almost done. Let's walk out together. Dr. Instance gives you a curious look as Tange hurries to catch up on you, but goes back to her work. You wonder if Tange needs something from you or just wants to hang out. Lately, it seems like she has less time for her friends, preferring to work late at the lab. Maybe she's lonely. Nice weather we're having, Tange says as you walk outside. You look around, seems pretty normal for the season. She clears her throat. It's so different here than it was in space. Growing up in a spaceship was so clean and tidy. Hear him constantly sweeping pollen or dust or spores or what have you off everything. There was a mushroom growing in the corner of the bathroom the other day. I kinda like it, honestly. Yuck, you can have it. You walk for a few more minutes. Tange clearly has something on her mind, so you let her sit with it till she finally steels herself. I'm not very good at this sort of thing, she says slowly. So, you know, I've been working on a big project with the chief engineer. Piercing eyes. Yes, I do really like her eyes. It's great. Yeah. You know, she can use, well, it's been going really well. I think we're finally over the last hurdle now. Governor Lum says it's going to change everything here in the colony for the better. Uh-oh. Damn, she has more ease than you've seen her in years. Truly, I couldn't have done it without you, Tange says, a slight smile warming her usually expressionless face. I know I can be a hard person to be around, but I appreciate everything you've done for me. And ultimately, for the colony and all of humanity. What's really going on with you? Tange shrugs. It's nothing. I just think it's nice to take a moment to recognize when someone has helped you. I'm trying to do it more. If the last decade has taught me anything, it's that you don't want to wait till it's too late. She smiles cryptically. Okay. I'll make a hard save. Tange project. Big uh-oh. Happy to help a friend. Tange nods and shoves her hands in the pockets of her lab coat, apparently having exhausted her capacity for a heartfelt conversation. Yeah, it's probably bad. Yo, Dis, what up? Sim is what? I just saw him. You're lying. He can't be dead. Refuses to listen, just keeps repeating that you must be wrong. Luckily, well, I guess I'll find out if I am wrong. But funny enough, I can go explore immediately, so we'll find out. Let's see, explore nearby. All events have respawned. Boss event remains for survey the plains. 0 collectibles, events respawn and quiet. That's okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff in survey the plains. At least the boss event. Gonna walk to the boss event, then sort of dilly-dally our way on back. Nomi. You meet up with Dis and Nomi. Utopia assigned the two of them to study a specific plant, blobgrass. Sticky, gelatinous fronds are almost totally transparent, especially dangerous when they form rafts over water, like this particular patch. Dis and Nomi are perched on top of the rocks by the shoreline, bonding over their love of exploring. They're an odd match. Dis is shy and withdrawn, and Nomi is very not. As you approach, you hear Dis giggling over Nomi's impression of Chief Administrator. Nomi's eyes go wide when they see you, and they lose their footing on slippery rocks. Hey, whoa, they exclaim, falling into a knee-deep, gloopy puddle of blobgrass. This stuff is so sticky. It floats like rafts of goo on the shallow water, trapping animals underneath. Nomi's too big to be in danger, but they're still stuck. Try to help. Nomi inevitably pulls you in, and you get all goopy too. It's a big, sticky mess. You're naturally a little embarrassed by this clumsy rescue attempt, but Nomi is not. Come on in, Dis. They laugh. The water is fine. Dis declines their generous invitation, grimacing as Nomi flicks him with goopy water as you both flounder to shore. Nomi just laughs and brushes themselves off. Not that it helps. They're totally soaked. I don't get it, Dis mutters. How do you do that? Just be weird and mess up things and not feel like you want to crawl in a hole and die from embarrassment. Oh, now Nomi blushes. I guess I don't always know when I should be embarrassed. I mean, I already know I'm stupid and uncoordinated and bad at basically everything. Like, shrug. I don't know. I guess it doesn't bother me if other people think that too. Like, they can't make fun of me for something that's just true, right? Just stares at Nomi for a few seconds. I never thought about it like that, he says slowly. He takes a cloth out of his backpack. Here, he says, offering him for your face. You're all goopy. Nomi giggles and they share a moment of intense eye contact as Dis gently blots water from Nomi's face. Stay politely quiet. The moment passes as quickly as it started, both Dis and Nomi awkwardly shuffling apart and getting back to their readings. Alright. Dis is learning. Log. Was that the boss event? Was that the only boss event? Guess we'll find out. We'll go all the way to the end and then slowly work our way back. Also, I feel like exploring is one of the worst things to do when we're in mourning. Just because, like, all those little tiny skill increases just can't happen. The boss is Nomi's clumsiness. Oh, no, here's another boss event, I guess. You've been trekking up a gentle incline for what feels like hours before you finally reach the edge of a cliff. The plains spread out before you as far as you can see in every direction, sparkling lakes reflecting perfect circles of sky. Spark snow drifts lazily through the air, flickering like fireflies in the distance. Everything sounds muffled and peaceful. One of the suns is setting and the other is rising. It's spectacular. This joins you shortly afterward, just as speechless. Keep a watchful eye out. Yes, please give me a hint for things. I would like a hint. Have this card. And its friends. Okay, I'll check the animal thing for sure. Will do. Guess all of it can just be the thing. Why not? Yes, I will. Okay, I'll talk to animals with question marks. I can do that. The mysterious stranger. Super goal. We don't need the turbo super duper stuff. Yeah, no skill changes. In the jungle, you're never safe. You stand and watch for a while, but nothing out of the ordinary happens. At least you get some practice. Alright. Practice of +0. Yeah, it's honestly, it's really annoying. Like, I understand why they want to, like, make it feel even remotely punishing for being but like, it's a completely unavoidable state. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can shake it. And time is the only thing I have. So, like, the little skill increases, like, most skill increases are small. So getting a -1 basically makes things like exploring useless. Other than just being able to do boss events that otherwise I would just miss. The procedural rhetoric. It's I'm not personally a fan of when something's reduced to 0. Like, listen, make it teeny tiny, sure. Being reduced to 0, because it's a bit much for me personally. Crossing a clearing, you hear a terrible cracking, pounding sound. Bushbub. Four. Into 5. We already hit the super goal. No skill changes. No skill changes. Bushbub. Okay, we'll do one more bushbub thing. I think there was one more, and then we'll leave this explore. Something big suddenly bursts out from the jungle, scampers across the path in front of you. Miniature landslide, bush-covered stone being pulled forward by arms. It's a bushbub. Get closer to watch. They seem to be playing a game of tag. When the chaser catches up to the runner, they reverse roles. They do it with such gusto that the surrounding underbrush is completely crushed in a wide circle. An almost perfect circle. Now you might be your chance to get past them. No. Keep watching. Perfect sync, the two creatures slowly stretch out and up, revealing their rocky bodies and reaching up their surprisingly long necks up to the sky. They begin to shake their bushes and rattle their antlers in rhythm with each other as they stomp slowly around the clearing they made. You think they're dancing. The intensity of the dance increases. They're both shaking their backs so hard that some of their branches and fruit are flying loose. Instinctively, you reach out to grab a piece of fruit. At that moment, the dancers shift and... Youch! One of them steps on your hand! Oh, that looks bad. The creatures have been so intent on each other, hadn't noticed either. They're so startled, perhaps embarrassed, they take off running in opposite directions. I feel like I've seen that one too. Nothing new there. Go home. Yes, go home. We can't gain anything from exploring. +2 to perception, already at 100, so no point really there. That was kind of a waste of a month. What's our animal handling? 78. Those Frexlite crystals. No, I have everything I need, for real. This place is great. My birthday's the first month of... Oh. You have any oh, logs, that's right. Should we give him logs? Forgot to give him a log. Give log to friend. Log. I forgot he liked log. Which is kind of silly because like that's the whole point. What else can I work on in the meantime? The engineering, I guess. Maybe I can do like actual engineering. Repair robots, +3 engineering, +2 creativity. Yeah, let's just do engineering. The valley has the event. Okay, well we can go to the valley after we're done being in morning, because being in morning makes me not want to go exploring. Kind of feels like a waste of time. 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Right, it can't be the only then. Okay. Oh. Okay. Then there'll be a 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Oh, hold on. Then I have to do this more like. Four, 5, 5, 5, 4. This is hard. Hold on. Oh, what? Oh, that makes sense, actually. It's easy to max out your stats before cool jobs with cool storylines unlock you no reason to do them. Yes, because the stat games are inefficient. That is true. It's hard to tell what, because like the stats kind of make you want to do certain things, but like storylines are always more important to me, honestly. But it's hard because like you need the stats to be able to do stuff. So like you have to be like min-maxing how you do your stats, because otherwise you're going to be in a bad situation. Tammy. No. Birthday cake, you remembered. Of course I remembered. Solana, guess what? Dr. Instance approved me for artificial insemination. I can have a baby. You are 19, okay, but still. Okay, I was concerned. But also artificial insemination? You knew that Temmie wanted to be a parent, but so soon? She's only a year older than you are. Oh my god, that's right, we're 17. Seeing her sitting there kicking her bare feet in the grass, you can't believe how young she looks, and how very happy, just beaming from ear to ear. Wanting to be a mother, Temmie gazed at the horizon. It's one thing, maybe the only thing I've ever been really sure of. That is true. Ever since she was small and didn't even know how babies were made, that's what she wanted. The funny thing is, I know I should feel scared, but I don't. I know I've been scared my whole life, she laughs quietly to herself, but when I think about being a mother, I only feel like calm, like I can be brave, I can do anything as long as it's for my baby. Even when I was younger and I took care of children, the old creche, if they cried or were scared, that was the only time I wasn't afraid. She shakes her head. Isn't that funny? Animal parents are fierce protectors too. Describe how Hopeyes will go nuts if you get near one of their nests, throwing themselves fearlessly into danger to protect their young. Float cows circle up with their calves in the middle of the herd, and even the completely tame bristle slugs on the farms won't let you near them while they're nursing. Cal's gotten hurt by those bristles enough times. No, don't mess with parents. Just wish my dad could have been here. I wish he could have met his grandchild. I think he would have been proud. Okay, but like, why artificial insemination, though? I'm very confused about that. She literally has a boyfriend. I guess maybe we'll find out. He was always so brave out there exploring. He worked so hard to keep us safe, to keep me safe. Is Cal gonna help you raise a baby? We've already talked about it. Cal is perfect. He's gonna be an incredible dad. Well, all right. That's, well, okay. That did not expect that to happen. But okay. Good for her. Okay. I'm gonna max out engineering properly. So I can get the perk. Maybe he's infertile. Maybe they're all infertile, because then it's always a choice. They have the gene bank. Oh, to make sure that they don't, like, accidentally do an inbreeding. I guess so. All right. Optimize eugenics. I mean, yeah, I guess they're kind of min-maxing everything. You're honestly pumped for your first day in the robotics lab. Wait, what? There wasn't enough room on the Strato for a proper lab, so most of your life you've been warned the bots that the colonies rely on, like the watering bots and hoverlifts, will all eventually break down for good. With a fully functioning robotics lab, you should be able to keep those bots active for a lot longer. Plus, there's all sorts of unused bots in here. You look around and wonder at the wide array of chassis and shells. Maybe one day you'll even be able to create new robots of your own. Can't wait to show off what you can do. Hal gets you started along with Congruence, who helps with the programming. I'm really just her hands, Hal says, laughing jovially. She's the brains behind the operation. Oh, please, Congruence chirps. If anything, we're partners in crime. Where would I be without you, Hal? So what are you excited to work on, Solana? I don't know. Programming's super cool. Isn't it? Congruence agrees. You can do anything in the digital world. Translating it to the physical world is another challenge, but I promise you're going to learn so much about bot code. Oh yes, I have mastered engineering now. Good, good. I'm enlightened. Makes me better for mental skills. You spend the day getting to know your way around the robotics lab, meeting all the bots you're going to be working with. Those broken, forgotten bots just need a little TLC. We're into engineering a lot lately. You're starting to nod off and consider packing up for the night. You see Tangent and Instance leave their lab without locking the door. They're heading back towards the living quarters. Usually they're so cautious, but it's late and they must be very tired and forgotten. They've been working on something together in secret. Do you want to find out what? Yes. Checking to make sure the coast is clear, you slip into their office. It's just off the medbay. Every flat surface is dedicated to experiments. The whiteboard is covered in dense scribbles and diagrams, and the garbage bin is filled with wrappers of discarded soy meal replacements. It smells like stale coffee and sleep deprivation in here. Their hollow screen terminal's still active. It seems strange that they left it on. You get the feeling that maybe they weren't done for the night. You'll have to be quick. Search the computer. You tap through the file structure on the lab computer. There are some encrypted files, but nothing obvious, except one, instance evil plan final 2. Darn, guess it's not as easy as we could look on the holovids. Decrypt those files. We do have engineering. You pore over everything Tangent Instance have been working on, slowly putting together pieces. What you find is chilling. After researching the shimmer fungus together, they decided to bioengineer a more powerful virus that uses the same pathways, but only affects native Vertumnan creatures. It would sever the existing symbiotic relationship between Vertumnan fauna and fungi to be completely fatal to its host. That would kill everything on the planet, everything that walks, swims, or flies, leaving it empty and ready for human colony. Why would they do this? Why would they do this? You dig a little deeper, find not Instance research on logs, but her personal logs, written on real paper with a cover page that reads, "In my defense, upon my death." You read through the papers in which Instance details being approached by Lum shortly after the Helio landed to control the council. The Helio had been sent to retrieve Congruence and bring to justice the people who stole her. Instance primarily, but also Hal and your mother. When they realized they could never return to Earth, Lum became interested in Instance's research instead. Max on the blue sats. Yep. See, that's another thing. You could just not go to this building. You never find it. That can happen. I'm glad I accidentally decided I wanted to see what my perk was. I can equip more gear. That's nice. I can also apparently find out about the genocide we've been planning. That's wonderful. I'm so glad I could find out about genocide. Particularly her research into Vertumnan ecology. Under threats of execution, Instance was essentially forced to pivot her research into finding a way to cleanse the planet for human colonization. She writes that she tried to shield the other scientists from her work, their protection, but she couldn't keep the secret from her apprentice Tangent. She speaks highly of Tangent almost as a mother would talk about her own child. She grieves that she couldn't protect her too. Help Tangent +1. You scan copies of the missives, at least you have evidence now. Oh my god. Let's repair some robots after finding about the genocide. That's upsetting. Okay, value is wild, so why don't we just go nuts? 5, 6, 1. Or just this. This. I don't know if I did it more or better the other way. I think this was the best version. Forced genocide. Yep. Hooray! Being forced to genocide. That sounds fine, normal, okay. It's not even a little bit. Well, that's concerning. extra gear slot. We don't have the kudos to buy anything else, so at least we can put a thing in here. I don't know, plus 20 to persuasion. Plus 5 to challenges. Just kind of, you know, a blanket plus 5 or empathy. No, hold on. What? No. These go in here for sure. Oh, I don't know. See what happens if you encourage them. What? Seriously? Save and confront. Yeah, I'm probably... Okay, I can see what happens if I encourage the genocide. All right, sure. Let's put on our persuasion jacket. And save. Haha, genocide. Genocide funny, I guess. Like, it was genocide fungus. Tianj seems especially troubled today, so you invite her on a long walk around the inner wall. That's Tianj's thing, thinking walks. She's touched you know her that well. She talks in fitful bursts, then lapses into long silences. Finally, she stops and puts her hand on the wall, like she's bracing herself. Solana, something's been bothering me, she says, clenching her other hand outside. Is it morally defensible to do something that people wouldn't approve of if you're doing it in their best interest? What if you don't have a choice? I know about the engineered plague. I support you. Okay, fine. We're gonna pretend to support them. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. Sometimes it seems like you know everything that goes on in the colony. Thank you again for your help. You were really instrumental in overcoming several hurdles, whether you knew it or not. I support you. Tianj opens her mouth to respond, then registers what you said. She blinks and stands up straighter. You do? Well, of course you do. It's the right decision. She falls into a stunned silence as you walk her to the rest of the way to the living quarters. At the door, she stops for a long time considering. Thanks, Solana. It means a lot to me. Okay, I encourage them. Can I anti-stress with a hug? Rex, give me the goods. Hugs incoming. Nope. Only friendship now. Solana, just the person I wanted to see. You duck under the shade of an overhanging bit of construction. I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk about us. You're right, we should talk about it. First of all, this is like a totally no pressure conversation, okay? Rex says, he looks more genuine than you've ever seen before. I like everyone and I love kissing people. I just want to like check in with you because like we did that and I like really liked it, you know? I want to do it more. Rex leans into your space, fixing you with a flirtatious look. I don't remember how much you need to sleep. Well, I guess we'll find out. Just want to know where you're at. What do you want from me? I guess we'll find out what Dis thinks about that, but you know, I like you. You my boyfriend? What? Me? Really? Never really dated anyone before, he confesses. Like, I love people. I really like fooling around with people, but those aren't always the same thing, if you catch what I'm saying. It's like how I love Nomi, but I don't want to be sexy with them. And I've definitely hooked up with people I didn't really feel anything for, just because it was fun and we both wanted to. If you're okay with that, I think we could have a lot of fun and see where it goes. Okay, but won't dating be complicated? What do you mean? What about you and what? No. What about them? Oh, you mean how close we are? You mean I love them like a sibling. They're my best friend, like, you know, my soulmate platonically. That makes sense. Really? You're okay with that? Because Nomi is really important to me. Not saying you won't be, but like, we're just getting to know each other. So like, you know, I mean, I'm really excited. You want to date me? I want to date you. That's galactic. Serial flirter stutters when getting to him. But that's exactly true though. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of the people who are really flirtatious and like very open about this sort of thing, like, they're just as nervous usually. They're if anything more avoidant usually when it comes to like big feelings, because, you know, when you treat feelings as like a not serious thing, suddenly when someone wants to be serious with you, you're like, do I serious? And then like, yeah, it can happen. I've seen this sort of thing before. And also, I know I'm also doing this because I've done the wrong thing and I have to go back in time anyways, so we'll see. We're just kind of seeing what happens. Abort date, abort date! Oh, that'd be... What do we do now? Usually I have to tell someone I want to kiss. I don't like the duck face, honestly. Dad joke's having a not dad joke about something be serious for once. Yep. Is it, like, different if you're dating? He clasps his hands to his cheeks, such a radiant smile hurts his face. I'm overthinking it. Kiss him. Gain status smitten. +1 to social skill increases. Nice. Started dating Rex. They're kind of just on tap now. I mean, it's like, we're not dating this, because that didn't happen. Okay. Well, we can pick up some stuff. Can I talk to Nomi about it? You're being so serious all the time. Sparkles. Walking through the colony when you see a blur of color and vision. Oh, there's so much stuff that I'm gonna have to do again later. Nomi collides with you in a catastrophe of flailing limbs and high-pitched squealing, sending you both sprawling to the ground. Oh my gosh, Nomi exclaims. They immediately get to their hands and knees, begin to collect the paper that exploded out of their hands, and they fell. I'm so sorry. Sometimes my brain's off doing its own thing, and I don't watch where I'm running. They exclaim, dusting off their piece of toast and shoving it back in their mouth. Okay, anime character. Gotta eat breakfast even when you're late. Your enhancement isn't super agility, huh? Oh, that's not what I meant. I thought it would be silly. Nope, that's mean. Let's not be mean. Don't worry about it. Think, okay, if you say so, maybe if I had a genetic enhancement. Oh, you don't have a genetic enhancement. Oh, why don't you have a genetic enhancement? Oh, they don't know. I don't know what my genetic enhancement is, or if I have one at all. My parents decided to lock my medical files from when I was a baby because they had this wild idea. They wanted me to grow up without feeling like I had to be perfect. They think it's rude for parents to make that choice for kids. That's hard. It might be a little too long to enjoy reloading for it. Oh, if it's a little too long, then I'll have to go back and say, no, because I'm not in support of the plague. I can always look up later what it does. That sucks. Well, kinda, but kinda not too. It's fine, actually. Sometimes I don't mind at all. Maybe I'm just like Galactic Cyber Prince Umiyama, and one day a talking Hopeye will come tell me I have to defeat the Mecha Ultra Nether beings. Yeah, there might be a lot of... You know what? I'll try, like, sleeping once and see if, like, something comes up with the plague. Oh, these are good cards. Keep your memories. This year's Virtunalia is ushered with a big military band, horns and drums supplemented by recordings of parade music from Earth. Governor Lum struns out of command on a red carpet and ascends the stage. Thank you, everyone. Look at you. Look at this colony. Finally, truly united. All it took was a common enemy. Oh, look at you. Beautiful people. You, strong people. Good people. I see a fire in your eyes. I see courage in your hearts. I see a colony that's ready to win. Ready, that's here to stay. Vertumna, do you hear me? Do you hear me, Vertumna? We humans aren't gonna hide anymore. Lum gestures for Security Chief Rhett to join him on stage, then continues. The original fugitive colonists got it wrong. In Roman mythology, Vertumnus was the god of cultivation, not of rampant chaotic growth. Get it after, if tangent sufficient progress. I guess we'll see. This is Vertumnalia, so if it's not here, I'm just gonna reload and have it not be the case. But otherwise, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. So, you know. Hello, Rubesticks. Doing pretty good, honestly. Having a pretty good day overall. It's a good time. We need to clear the field before we can plow. Vertumna won't be safe for humans until the aliens are eradicated. Rhett crosses arms and nods in agreement. Maybe there's more to this plan than Lum is letting on. Lum descends from the stage and does a receiving line of handshakes and fist bumps. In the vacuum left by his presence, Chief Administrator Seek takes the podium and clears their throat. I just want to announce this will be the last year the festival contest will be held. What? Why? Sound of protest rises from the crowd, and near the front, Lum just shrugs theatrically and mouths, "Not my fault." Seek looks down at him and politely then continues, "This war will continue to use our colony resources at a tremendous rate, including the most valuable time." Hey, I've got some good news, Lum adds, jumping back up on stage. This one's gonna really knock your socks off. The colony has its first pregnancy. The crowd murmurs in excitement, and Lum beckons Tammy to join him. Everyone give a round of applause for Aspartame here, Vertumna's first mother. Tammy is beet red all the way to the tips of her ears before she dutifully does a little twirl so Lum can show her off. Look at her, so vibrant, so healthy, just like our young colony. We're so proud of you, Tammy. Your child is going to join the ranks of the greatest species the universe has ever seen. Humans, 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 let me hear you, Vertumna. Yet we literally know Tammy's pregnant. Tammy descends from the stage into a giggle of surprise and excited friends. OMG, is it really true? Mars asks immediately, taking Tammy by the hands. Yes, Tammy exclaims like the secret is bursting out of her. I'm finally gonna be a mommy. It's just like Aunt Anne. You take a good look at Tammy. You haven't seen a pregnant person in years. Not since you landed, at least. Aren't they supposed to glow? Tammy looks radiant with pride and excitement. Looking more closely, you realize her dress is starting to curve out around the belly. Every baby born to the colony, even you and your friends, is a complex arrangement of inherited— oh, okay, now we're talking about it. Inherited, donated, and altered genes, sometimes not even related to their parents. If the council let Tammy have a baby, does that mean there will be more soon? Will they expect you to have a baby? I mean, expectations is one thing. Cal runs over from where he was standing with his family and sweeps up Tammy in a big hug, twirling her around. I'm so proud of you, he exclaims and rests his hand gently on her belly. Sorry, too much spin? You okay, little hot pie? Hot pie. They look at each other adoringly. As you stand around and marvel at Tammy's news, the adults were making jokes about hot pies and we're about to eradicate them all. This all seems very wrong. Mars puts her hands on her hips. So, what does everyone think about this war on nature? I think it's stupid, Cal says immediately. I know survival is important, but we don't have to kill things to survive here. Mars rolls her eyes. Duh, of course you think that. She mutters, personally, I think Lum is a total nullhead. He's not that much older than me. What is he, like 24, and everyone listens to him? She flips her hair over her shoulder. They should listen to me instead. Finally, you're all called to participate in the games, the last ones, maybe forever. If this war on nature ever ends, you'll probably be an adult. As your friends all separate into their usual games, you realize this might be the last time you get to just be kids. What do you choose? Well, I guess pretty much trivia at this point, since I'm pretty sure reasoning. Hold on. No, our organizing's still better. Bake Off. You join Cal and Tammy Kitches. Hey, Solana. We tried to come up with a better pun than Bake On, but we couldn't. It's too good. This year's theme is pie. You'll be responsible for forming a delicious, flaky crust and a delectable filling. No soggy bottoms. Wait, I've got it. Let's see who has what it bakes. Get bacon. Okay. We're gonna bake it up. Bake it up, y'all. Okay, seems fine. This actually might be hard. Elemental blue fleshes. Oh, maybe we should have saved that. Well, too late now. Though we only have 3 bloobers anyways, so can't really bloober the bloober nearly so much as we otherwise would. Okay, hold on. 5. 5. 4. Also 4. Okay. 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not the best, but it's actually doable. Perfect. Okay, 2. Okay. 6. But 9, 10. I mean, okay, but I think we can do better. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't really... I mean, it seems fine. We could just do better. +1. That'll work. Victorious! Let's do organizing. Nice. Tammy's pie implodes. An oven malfunction and looks horrible. She's crushed, but it salvages what she can. And it turns out it tastes great. Tastes so good, in fact, the judges overlook her presentation. Your pie, on the other hand, comes out looking and tasting great. You clearly have what it bakes. After the festivities, everyone's supposed to take a few days vacation. You and your friends relax, with the adults moving around the colony like ants in a hive, fortifying the walls, preparing for the human offensive against the planet. Guess we'll see how that goes. It's dusty in here. Tammy's sweeping the front stoop of the lounge, humming a little song to herself. As you approach, you can see her standing up straighter and rub her back. Now that you know, it's clear she's pregnant. You wonder how you didn't catch on before Vertunelia. It's still mind-blowing she's gonna have a baby, the first child born from someone who themselves born in space. Hard to believe she's only 1 year older than you. Little Tammy, who cries when toys break and is scared to leave the walls, is going to be a mom. 17's the earliest this event can trigger. Guess we'll find out. Tammy looks up as you approach and smiles. Hello, Solana. It's so nice out today, don't you think? She always thinks it's a nice day, even when it's pouring rain. It must be nice to be so cheerful all the time. You look beautiful. Thank you, Solana. That's so sweet. She does seem to be more centered and confident than you've ever known her to be. It radiates off her like a warm, glowing sun. When Lump had her up on stage, embarrassed in front of the whole colony, you kept thinking, wow, Tammy's really a grown-up now. Tammy leans on her broom with a dreamy smile. I thought about it for a long time and talked to Aunt Anne and Dr. Instance. I've always known I wanted children. Lots of them, so why not get started now? Aunt Anne and I are going to run the new creche, so I'll have plenty of help raising them, the same way I was raised. Might not be the strongest or smartest person in the colony, but I'm going to be the best mom. I know I can do this. Do you ever want kids, Solana? I'm 17. Too young. Tammy laughs, covering her mouth with her hand. I didn't mean now, Solana. I meant when you're ready. This is what I want, Tammy says plainly, bravely. I'm ready. No, you're too young. Okay, if you say so. I mean, I think she can be ready, but I'm not. I am 17. Tammy goes back to sweeping the stoop, adding little snippets of lyrics to her made-up song. Do 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 do. Tangent, what's up, Tange? Do you want a thing? Tange is at level friendship 92. I mean, we're gonna have to redo all these events if, this doesn't go the way we hope, so... Guess we're about to find out. Alright. I don't know anything else that can make this event trigger, so I guess we'll just, do something silly. Tammy too much? No, not really. Honestly, I don't mind that I've learned a lot of stuff this time around. We can do something that's gonna give us some kudos. Okay, does this give kudos? Yes, a lot of them. A lot of kudos, but it also does engineering, which we have maxed out on. This does reasoning and kudos. What else can we do? Reasoning and kudos. This is 0 kudos. 7 kudos. I want to buy this spinner at some point. You know, for min-maxi purposes. Work in the depot, 9 kudos. Organizing and persuasion. Those are some pretty good skills, though. We could do a little bit of both. It seems fine. Zeke rolls their eyes when they see you report to the depot for your first days of work. Oh, it's you. At least you might learn something useful while you're here. Oh, right. We, haven't done this at all. They load the depot modules. If people submit, yep, it's your job to do the correct order. Yes. Clean and organize the depot. It's a lot to organize. Yes, I've done this way in the past. Elbow grease 1 gallon. Really, Anemone? You almost got me, Tange. It's funny. Your assistant? I should be in charge. Don't care which one of you is in charge. I like how you fight with her. It's great. She loves if you fight with her. Okay. Hold on, almost forgot to just do that to make sure I guarantee this. 5, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's literally better here. Egg. Good enough. +5 to organizing. Whole bunch to persuasion. A lot of kudos. Looks like it's too early for that to trigger. Weirdly, we could just keep going long enough until we trigger it. We could just keep doing stuff to trigger. I'm kind of I feel like I'm pot committed now. Oh, Rex can be on the apprentice. Past the construction yard on your way to work on the depot. Hey, come take a look at this, he says, leading you over to where a portion of the heliosphere is being married to the old living quarters of the scaffolding of mushwood. Isn't this wild? It's like our 2 ships are actually becoming one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like a metaphor, get it? The colony and us from Helio learning how to work together, how we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me. It's really fun. You get to build things, construction crew is really nice, and you get to hang out with me. Wait, why not start right now? He hands you a plas cutter, gun-shaped tool. We literally have one of those. No time like the present, right? Zeke says we always need more workers here. Make it worth your while. Obviously. We already have engineering, dang it. Rex holds up a part of the wall while he fits a bracket in place. There's a lot of pounding and wiggling to get it to fit, which delights Rex every time he gets to make a joke about it. It's sweaty, rewarding work, and you learn something about engineering while you're at it. No, we don't. We are so good at engineering already. So, Lana, where have you been? I expected you hours ago. Whoops, my bad. That's right, but we're super short on hands around here. She did a great job. Zeke grudgingly accepts you did, in fact, do good work. They tell you you're cleared to help out in construction if you'd like, snidely commenting you're better suited for manual labor than the job you were actually supposed to do today. Whoops. Well, that's an annoying place to get that card. Engineered plague. Also -5 stress. Can we? Can we afford it? Not really. Can't super afford it. Random card locked in 1 slot. Flush of 3. Nope, that's still better. Wild stuff. Card is this? Both. We have a lot of flowers. That didn't do much. +2. That should be fine. You worked well. You could have done better. I wanted my stress to come back. Organizing, persuasion, kudos. Look at me, I'm even missing people's birthdays. That's how dedicated I am to find out what the heck is going on here. Engineered Plate does have some great art, though, I will agree. Work construction. Engineering, toughness. We could have also done that. Friendship with Rex, kudos, stress. No, depot. You're scrolling through a hollow novel when Tangent comes in. She pauses, looks uncomfortable. Oh, yeah, it's the fart medicine. Stars, I need fart pills, okay? Stupid alien bacteria, all the weird native food makes my stomach upset. You have blue gut, really? Tange the Perfect has blue farts. You know, you keep farting and farting all this like blue dusty stuff. Oh no, white was not the best color to wear today, Tangent. Your butt's as blue as Solana's hair. Sensitive and nice. Nope. Not the right way to do it. At minimum, I can't remember. I think we just tried to lighten the mood and just made a joke about it. Just, yeah, what's a real guess? Not funny, Mars. Just shut up. Come on, Tangela. It's kind of funny, though. Don't make me come with a pun. I absolutely refuse. Okay. -2 those cards, and then... Or not. Because we can do this. And then make them bigger. And then make you bigger. No, don't have the highest value of everything has the highest value, I guess. Has the right rates? It must have been really crazy, so that makes sense when you're 12 and 19, because all of them could still happen. It made more sense when they were younger, at least. Sometimes we're still very rude. New perk. Wheel of cards get +1 to social challenges. That's fun. Where's the plague? Convince love you can help. You can handle this busy mind work, freeing up Lone for his very important job of running the colony. Administration in command. You can share the desk with Mars. You've worked with Mars before. Good kid, strong image. She handled my social media presence. Oh god, that's right, they do social media. I've never, like, been slamming through these so quickly. I honestly didn't know it could be like that. 4 or 5... Yeah, pretty much. We're like so nonplussed. Can I talk to Tangent? Can I make a plague happen? Hello? Are we ready to eradicate all of the stuff? But bugged out of this. I also hope. Tange, come on, think. Oh, we're in the middle of running simulations. Really? It should have happened? You're welcome to see it. It will affect all of us, most likely. We have an unusually high amount of hereditary heart disease, no matter how you slice it. Look at the draw. We've lost quite a bit more genetic diversity than the original geneticists of Vertumnum Project anticipated. That's not even counting on those unwilling or unable to reproduce. It's possible to steer this ship out of it, so to speak, but it'll take some purposeful breeding choices, at least for 5 or 6 generations. Can I verify your data? So after Vertumnum, age 18, 17. I mean, I'll go to 18. I'll get there. I'll just keep slamming the button and see what happens. Could be enough. Sounds crude. The colony will need to accept a certain level of oversight in this matter if we intend to survive, genetically speaking. Artificial insemination of material from Earth donors, even in love matches, for example. You stare at the genogram until your eyes cross and shake your head. Tange laughs. It's terrifyingly complex, isn't it? Imagine this process happens all the time naturally. Why, any sweating beast can squirt a child into the dirt. It's just proteins and luck, but the end result is this. She waves her hand at a massive chart. It's beautiful in a way. On a long enough time scale, we can predict the genetic drift of a species. In the face of that, what do family bonds matter? Tange laughs bitterly. It's not as if sharing genes with someone guarantees you'll be a strong family unit. Does anyone really like their parents? Sounds a little eugenics-y. Tange looks up front. What? Solana, certainly there's a middle ground between eugenics and everyone dying of preventable genetic diseases, especially in the first generations. Cool motive, still eugenics. Whatever, I'm gonna run the simulations. Then when your inbred great-great-great-grandchildren interface with my consciousness that I've uploaded to the colony AI, I can tell them I was right. As for my own family, I feel no allegiance to any of them based on blood. If I had no family at all, that would be acceptable. What about this? Ugh, I'm ashamed we're even related. Literally all he does is go out on expedition, talk to trees. Who even knows where he is right now? Do you miss your mother? You mean the depressed drunk who died when I was a kid? No, not at all. If it wasn't for Chief Steward Anne, I probably wouldn't even be alive. Do you want kids someday? Truthfully, I'm not entirely certain I can bear children. There must be some limits to my gen-engineered body. I certainly didn't experience puberty to the extent that Mars and Tammy did, for example. Besides, children would only distract me from my work. The chief engineer never had children after all, and I think that's admirable. Tange's gaze flicks over to where Chief Engineer Instance is talking to one of the other lab assistants. In some ways, I'm the child she never had, and she's the mother I wish I did have. We became close when we started my gender affirmation process, she continues. It was so obvious then. We were kindred spirits. As I would come in for checkups and observations, we'd talk about the science behind the process, and of course I showed an interest in it. An Instance fostered that in me. She supported me. Tange looks at the ground, unlike my own mother, who by that point had ceased to find joy in almost anything. What would I be without Instance? The only things I have left in life are what she gave me. Not just this body, but my passion, my hard work, my achievements. Without her, I would have nothing. I owe her everything. Tange clenches her fists so hard her arms quiver. No matter what Instance does, I'll support her. She sounds really important to you. She is, more than anyone. Now, if you excuse me, she says, turning back to the genotype before, I have our legacy to plan. I can work in administration. What happens there? What kind of shenanigans can I get into? Assist the governor. Persuasion, organizing, Mars. One of your first tasks as an admin is to format the monthly report to Earth. Full of boring, carefully formatted data. Seek is very specific about it. Make sure you redo it 3 times so you get it right. Oh. Oh, yes. You drop off the report at the comms desk and realize you've yet to be told how to process any reply from Earth. You wonder if they reply at all. Investigate on your own. You sneakily read through the administrative HoloNet files you're allowed to access now. There's a huge backlog of messages, all dating from during the 20 years the Stratospheric was in space. You scroll through the preview text quickly, not wanting to draw too much attention to yourself. The majority of the messages are updates from the colony's allies in the Vertumna group, but every so often there's a message ordering the ship to cease and return to Earth, putting an end to their illegal immigration and return their stolen property. If the Vertumna group wasn't outlaws on Earth before, stealing congruence and the Gentech definitely did the trick. Those messages are angry. There are no messages from any time after the Stratospheric landed on Vertumna. Maybe nothing can get through the wormhole. Maybe the communication system was damaged, and it wasn't until the Heliopause landed that communications could be restored. Or maybe both planets are just shouting into the void. It's impossible to say. Administrations. Yes. Gems on other cards. We don't have any. We got zeros. We got some zeros. A lot of zeros here. Why can't I get rid of my zeros? 6, 3, 6, 3, 5, 6. No point then in that case. 3, 5 at minimum. Okay, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6. Goodness. Why is this so hard? That's fine. -3 kudos is probably okay. Persuasion. We're going places. We're just gonna go all the way around at this point. Temptation to do other stuff is very high. The mood is somber as Mars calls the secret fun times. I'm so glad we're 17 and still doing the secret fun times club. I feel like they expected me to do this a little sooner. Anemone won't be joining us today, she announces, or probably ever again. She told me she's too busy with training and stuff and doesn't want to do any more sneaking around. She sniffs dismissively. I don't think Tammy's sneaking anywhere with that belly. It's okay, she was kind of a square anyway, but we need someone to replace her. Some of the Helio kids are pretty cool. They like clubs and stuff, right? This dialogue does not match their current personalities at all. Tangent's planning a plague. Mars is gonna take over the government. They're having a baby. You know, some of those Helio kids are pretty cool. Been around for a while. They were doing such a good job. This is the only one I found that, like, does not match. Oh my god. Incredible. Okay, we're practically adults now. And about the new governor alum. I know he's technically an adult, but he's fairly young. It would be beneficial to have someone with actual clout on our side. Mars gives Tange a withering look. We already have someone important in the club, Tange, but thank you for your contribution. I mean, Lum's all right. No, we don't like him. Nobody likes him. You don't have to be smart to be a hot, you know? I can't believe Unicott just let him be in charge. I've listened in on some of the council meetings. It's like, yeah, Dragoon, this is what's happening. Listen, it's Terror Total Chaos. He has no idea what he's doing. That's kind of mean, Mars. I'm sure he's trying his best. We should invite him over for snacks and tea, see if he needs help learning how to fit in. And shouldn't we be trying to have fun, not getting involved in politics? Who do you approach to join the club? Rex. So you're gonna try to recruit Rex, and Mars immediately invites herself along. What? She says, when you insist you can do it yourself. He's hot, okay? You explained to Rex about the SFC. I'm in, he says before you can even ask him to join. It sounds like fun. I love groups up, but Nomi has to come too, he insists. They're my best friend and they hate being left out. If you want me, you gotta bring Nomi. Mars twirls her hair on her finger. Not a problem, she answers for you. Maybe you and I could meet up sometime and I can catch you up on what you've missed. Rex winks at Mars and says he'd love that. You get the sense that maybe you didn't need to be here at all. That's my boyfriend. I don't think I'll ask him to be my boyfriend in the future. I think that wouldn't work. He can't, I don't know. Solana, I don't know. I don't know what Solana wants. Solana's 17. Solana doesn't know what Solana wants yet. But boyfriend should hold weight. You know, it should matter. You good? Give me that organizing. Let's see what happens when we hit 100. You're putting your boots on to grab dinner when the colony's sirens begin to wail. See early attack. Couldn't wait for you to eat dinner? Rude. Join the colony defense. We're heroic. Grab a plas rifle, then report to the front. Chief Rhett looks surprised to see you, but assigns you a squad with Anemone. Tells you to get up on the walls and do your best. So there is definitely very poly. This game is very poly. I can tell for sure. Like, it's like literally the way that they've been talking about stuff is it's poly without calling it poly, but they're also like really young, so it's fine. You know, they're figuring out stuff and they're living on an alien planet. They don't really have, they just do stuff differently. That's what it is. But yeah, no, for sure, Rex is very, very poly. Very, very much so. On the other side of the wall is more Xenos than you've ever seen in one place ever. They see that of the forest, large, small, herbivorous, and predatory, fungal and otherwise, flying and crawling and hopping towards the colony with a single-minded determination. The air fills with pew-pew of laser turrets and the crackle of plasma rifles. You plant eating. No, I wanted to just, it's just weird. It was just weird saying a word and it felt weird in my mouth. So I didn't know how I felt about it, you know? The firebreak turns into a graveyard of dead and dying alien bodies, wave after wave, crawling over the corpses until they roil at the base of the walls, like the foam on the wave when it hits the shore. You hear the walls creaking underneath you, but they hold strong. There's no sun to set and glow, but night falls on the battlefield without any break in the fighting. Your fingers begin to cramp from pulling the trigger of your plasma rifle. Finally, you're relieved by the second guard shift. You walk straight into the garrison, right into a dreamless sleep. You're awoken 6 hours later for your next shift. The kitchens have provided the soldiers with pressed soy rations and hot blep tea, which you grab then to make your way back to the walls to survey the carnage of the night. As you arrive, your holopalm lights up with a priority message. Security personnel, we are under siege, the security chief says, getting right to the point. On Earth, sieges were used to break a city by starvation or drought. We have plenty of food and water. Guards will rotate 6 hours on, 6 hours off. So long as we keep the Xenos on the other side of the wall, we can hold them off for days, weeks even. Weeks? Everyone exchanged exhausted looks. He pauses and adds, we can do this. We're stronger than them, and we're not going anywhere. You and the other soldiers fall into a fitful rhythm, alternating shifts on the wall with brief snippets of sleep. Gunfire becomes the soundtrack of your day as it begins to smear together like paste. Anemone in particular is suffering. She volunteers for relief shifts, sometimes pulling doubles or triples on the wall. You catch her mechanically shoveling soy porridge in her mouth before seeming to fall asleep sitting up. A minute later, she jolts awake as someone's spoon clatters against their bowl. Tempers grow short as fatigue sets in. 6 days pass. You're on shift, watching the Xenos batter themselves against the walls. You feel your eyes unfocus at the sheer, formless horde of them. In all those days, they still haven't breached the colony. Sometimes they even seem to retreat, ebbing backwards and reforming somewhere else. It's behavior you've never seen before. A new group of monsters breaks from the tree line. Nothing new, except for one of them. At this split of the front group, yep. It really was, actually. It made perfect sense. One of the Xenos looks different from the others, almost humanoid. What is that thing? Oh! That creature looks suspiciously like a person, at least from the waist up. Down below, it's a lumbering chimera, vaguely reminiscent of a faceless, wrapped in a tattered bodies of flesh and bony protrusions. Something like hair flutters behind it as it turns and looks right at you with unnerving, malevolent intelligence. You rub your eyes. Yeah, it's still there. It approaches the base of the wall, and the other monsters surge forward on it to pound against the gates, try to talk to it. You wave to it, and the creature sneers to your surprise, approaches the wall. Little weed. They address you in a halting, rasping voice. Everything seems to go quiet nearby as you strain to understand this talking horror. Child of breeding rabbits, feral pig, kudzu. Its unnervingly human gaze pierces you. Introduced species. You understand. You wonder if you're hallucinating. Is it holding a gun? You slowly nod yes. You understand the words at least. I am Noctilucent. The monster says through a voice box that seems better suited to guttural roars than human language. A gardener. Designation, pest control. I perform my task, unlike a gardener. Symbiosis. Oh, Sim. Yeah, now that they're standing still, you can see the seed of Sim's slightly inhuman features staring back at you. The hair is a bit like Sim's as well, as if actually alive, waving in a wind that isn't there. What do you want? Who are you talking to? You jump as Anemone sneaks up behind you. When you look back, Noctilucent is gone. Nobody. You shake your head and mumble something about needing sleep. You promised Sim you wouldn't talk about the gardeners. She nods and pats your shoulder. This siege is getting to everyone, Solana. It's okay. Finally, after the 6th day of the siege, you look down at the sight of your plasma rifle and see a curious thing. The monsters are retreating. As you gather with the other soldiers in the colony square, your holopalm lights up with a priority announcement from Governor Lum. The alien attackers have been defeated. The siege has ended. Another year, another win. You're welcome, Vertumna. You're welcome, humanity. You're welcome. You hear and see Chief Rit nearby. What did he do? He rants to a security officer. Race out there like an idiot with his honor guard. Defend strategically unsound positions. Put himself in danger so we had to save his overstuffed ass. The soldiers all shift uncomfortably, but no one disagrees. And when I actually needed him, Red continues, taking his 12-hour beauty rest while the rest of us slog through endless shifts. The soldiers are exhausted from the siege, so the crowd in the square disperses quickly. Only a few Helios remain, covertly filming Rhett while he continues to rage against Erlum. On the horizon, the first rays of quiet streak the sky with lavender. You watch Utopia's reclamation crew head out through the gates and begin vaporizing xenocorpus for their component molecules. That night, you have terrible dreams. You imagine that you're sieging the colony, that you're a creature crawling in the mud on your belly, the ozone crackle of plasma rifle fire arcing overhead. With your talon claws, you rip into the walls like they're made of clay, stuffing choking handfuls of it into your mouth. In a moment of lucidity, you try to pull the clay from your throat, but no matter how you pull, it just never ends. You dolt away when you realize you've been pulling your own guts out of your throat. Just a dream. You're shaking and coated in a film of terror sweat, your heart pounding. You don't find sleep again before dawn break. Yes, flower gun. We tired. We're 18. You find Mars going through old, hollow photos from when you were kids aboard the Stratospheric. She gives you a sad little smile past the couch next to her. Look at photos with me. I forgot about some of these. Oh, we were so small. The picture of Anemone and Cal when they were probably 4 or 5 years old. They're both stripped down to just their pants, have painted monster faces on their chests, and are standing on top of the table in the creche, waving swords above their heads. You remember that table being a fort, pirate ship, haunted house, jungle cave, depending on the day. Look at them, Mars says, smiling. They used to be the best of friends, right? Whenever you saw one, the other was always tagging along right behind them. So weird, they never talk to each other anymore. I mean, I get it. Nemi got all weird about being a soldier after her brother died, and Cal really doubled down on the whole hippie aesthetic. Sad they grew apart. Mars hums non-committally and goes to the next image. Tammy's gentle face smiles back at you. Oh, she was so precious when she was young. She's in the ship's galley learning how to make soy sweets from antecedent. She's wearing an apron, but almost all of her is covered in different colored powders used for flavoring and coloring the sweets. Even the tips for pointed ears are dusted with it. Oh, look at this one. Can't believe Tammy's gonna be a mom soon. She'll always be this shy little girl to me, you know? Mars touches the screen fondly. I'm glad she has Cal to help out. They're gonna be great parents. You just know it. I don't know what we'd do without her. Mars taps through some more photos, pursing her lips. I swear there's at least one picture of Dis in here. She mutters. It takes almost a minute, but she finally finds one. Jelly on. Tange and Dis's joint 5th birthday party, complete with matching soy cakes. Their mother, Besk, is just out of frame, a drink in her hands. Oh, this was before Dis got all weird about his birthday. Still have no idea what happened there. I mean, who doesn't like birthdays? It's weird to see them so happy together, she continues. Can't remember the last time I saw either of them smile like that. Now Tange spends all her time cooped up in engineering, and Dis spends more of time outside than the colony spends in it. It's just so sad. Mars stares down at the hologram in her hand. Didn't mean to bully him so much, she admits softly. I thought I was helping him to learn how to fit in. Like, toughening up a little so he didn't cry so much, Her mouth twitches with a sad smile, but I guess I ended up just pushing him further away. When I was little, I didn't understand that words could hurt people, because they don't hurt me. He was also a very weird kid. You could have been nicer to him. Mars sits back and sighs. It's true. Oh, she looks so nice in this picture. It's so weird looking on back when we used to be kids, Mars muses. We were so innocent. We had no idea about the wormhole or Vertumna. No dying, no famine, no killer pollen, no animal attacks. I mean, we didn't even have bad weather on the ship. All we cared about was playing and popularity. Mars gestures to herself. Now look at me. I'm working on the bridge. And it's all politics. It's like a professional popularity contest. Lum's an idiot, but he's got one thing going for him. The man has an absolutely impeccable social media game. If nothing else, he knows how to get people to vote for him. Really? That's all you need. Mars leans over and rests her head on your shoulder. Her hair smells like jasmine. Thank you for going through these pictures with me, she says quietly. I try to keep my eyes on the future, but sometimes it's nice to remember where you came from. Oh, she's precious. Mars is great. Hey, Tange. Hi, I have not seen my brother in some time. I am certain he lives, otherwise expeditions will raise an alarm. But myself, personally, no time to track him down and beg through pertinent tears to be loved as a sister should be. If he wanted to make amends, he knows where to find me. I'm not the one who's impossible to track down. Dang. That's sad, actually. Come for a visit? Yes. Flower. Oh, yep. Nostalgic regret. That is a feeling I am very familiar with, unfortunately. That is also life. Trying to think, just like, because I just want to get to the thing before I like go back and redo all of this and do it better. Okay, let's assist the governor. We all are. Oh, yeah, I imagine. I honestly struggle to imagine someone who's just like, no, man, everything that happened was great and I loved it. Like, life was just awesome and, like, you know, there's nothing I ever could have done different, ever. I mean, there's that, like, classic, like, oh, you know, we could just, you know, do, like, we are who we are because of all the things we've done, right? We are who we are because of all the things we've done, all the mistakes we've made, etc. Like, we would be someone else if we would be someone else. But that's the thing, like, it doesn't mean you're not gonna, like, be like, okay, but I want to go back in time and, like, remember who I am and, like, just change a couple, like, small things, though. Yeah, and I wish I would have invested in Bitcoin. That would have been great. But it would have changed my life also completely. And I really, really, really like my life right now. Like, I really like who I am and I really like where I am right now. And it took a lot. It took a lot of pain and a lot of suffering and a lot of years of chaos and shenanigans and not having any idea of what I wanted and who I was and not knowing if I was capable of anything. It took so long to figure out what even could and would make me happy and fulfilled. And to get to that point, I had to learn a lot of the things that didn't and wouldn't and couldn't. So yeah, unfortunately, I feel like it's one of those things where it really is, especially because of all of the little tiny, tiny things that got me to be here where I am, you know? Your current life? Yes, thank you. No, I'm super busy, and of course nothing's perfect, but honestly it's in many ways everything I'd been wishing for. Like, I can keep making it better and I can keep making me better, but I feel like all of the baseline is there, you know? All of the things, all of the pieces are there and fitting together, and I feel like I know where things are gonna go. I'm actually optimistic for the future despite the fact that the world is terrifying. That's crazy. That's new for me. That's completely new for me because usually I just either felt nothing about the future or just kind of scared. It's like, I guess things could be okay, but like mostly I was just scared for all the stuff that was going to happen and just felt this weird sense of doom and dread. And I'm like, well, maybe I could at least enjoy stuff in the meantime, right? But I'm investing in things. I'm building things. And that's feels actually really satisfying. Yeah, no, I completely 100% understand. I totally understand that. Like, I totally understand the need to get out. I totally understand. Like, I mean, I left. I got out of the US. I did it a while ago and I'm not going back. Ever. I mean, I'll probably visit my family, but I'm not gonna go back to live there. It's not for me. And and especially now, it's not for a lot of people. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, I totally get it. Not everyone, like I feel extremely privileged to be in the position I'm in right now. Like I'm 100% aware of how privileged I am to be in this situation. I'm very aware of this. But at the same time, I also know that it was not even remotely an easy road. And if I went back and changed any of the terrible, terrible things that happened, I wouldn't be here just because of the butterfly effect, effectively. Yeah. Go to Germany, go to UK, go to wherever. Try going anywhere else. Because it is different. And everywhere is different in its own way. Like, nowhere is perfect, but at minimum, feeling like you get to actually choose where you are, choose the downsides, that would be very, very good. There are definitely ways to do it, so yeah. The first thing of money is really hard. It is. And that was also a privilege that I had some savings to kickstart my move, kickstart my life. A big, massive, crazy life change. Without that, I would not have been able to do it, and without that, I don't ever want to think about what would have happened instead. Because, complicated stuff. But yeah. We'll get there. And no, I don't know. For anyone who's not yet there or doesn't yet know what they want or doesn't yet know how they're going to try to get to the things they think they might want, just know, I don't know, I believe in you. I support you. I legitimately want other people to get to the place where they feel like they're fulfilled and satisfied, at least on a basic level. You know, at least have your bases covered to be able to build and grow as a person, right? This feeling of happiness isn't usually the best word for it, because happiness is associated with this like state of just constant elation, but really just being content and feeling peaceful and yeah, excited for some things, but it's not about constant excitement and stuff. That's actually exhausting. Being constantly excited can be exhausting. But just feeling good, right? Contentment, peace, like satisfaction, a self-actualization, like the Maslow's pyramid of needs, like self-actualization is absolutely at that top, but like, man, there, even before the feeling of self-actualization seems like a pretty hard thing to actually get, but at minimum feeling like, oh, you know, nice, can actually feel like you're going in the right direction, feel like things are okay. That's great. For me, that's all I needed, really. Just feeling even remotely stable for the first time ever in my entire life. Feeling any feelings of certainty about what could happen, who I could be, where I could be. Feeling like I get to actually make the decision about that. I want that for everyone, I think. No, I mean, I want that for everyone who also wants it. Some people, I guess, do actually want constant excitement, but that's not for me. I can always find entertainment in everything. I don't get bored. The only time I get bored is if, like, I really, really want to do something and I can't. And that's, like, kind of a different feeling, but that's what boredom is to me. It's this feeling of, like, oh, man, I really have to do this thing that I don't want to do, and instead there's something else that I really, really want to do that I'm not allowed to do. That's boredom. That's painful. Yeah. Or, yeah, exactly. Wander around, like, go outside. Just, if you get bored, just do something new. Going outside really can be enough, too. Talk to people. People are interesting. People will always bring new variables to your life. I love people. I love all the things that people can bring. People can be, because everyone is their own little beautiful bundle of chaos. And you, like, the depth of so many people's inner worlds is phenomenal, and all the stuff that they uniquely experience and the way that they uniquely express those unique experiences. You can never really truly predict people, and I like that. People are not deterministic. They have patterns, as they should. That's a good thing, but like, you know, you can always learn something new from people. Nice tangent. Being Lum's assistant isn't the glamorous life of political intrigue you were hoping for. He's more of a soldier than a politician, and even then, you hear he's not much of a soldier either. If he notices that people mock him, he doesn't seem to care. It almost makes him more boastful. Like he thinks the sole duty of the governor is to soak up as much attention and power and wield it whenever and however he likes. Whenever he's questioned on something, he unleashes such a torrent of bravado and barely veiled threats that it's impossible to make your own point. He just pushes through what he wanted to do anyways. It's infuriating. Given that the colony's governance was based on the idea of communication and empathy, no one seems to know how to contain him. As for the Helios, they seem to have their own ways to get around him. They're grateful he's gotten into politics because that means your older and more experienced chief security rep makes all but the largest military decisions. In fact, you think some of them enjoy he's such a moron because they hope the colony fails. They think he's entertaining. Oh god, this sounds too familiar. Mars is responsible for producing his social media content, which he considers an important part of his brand. They mostly consist of powerful sounding but ultimately empty speeches about how great the colony is doing and how proud everyone should be. They're really, really, truly great work. Just fantastic, really. Usually while carrying a log of mushwood so he looks super strong. You and Mars are huddled in command, trying to avoid his attention while Mars scrolls through Lum's selfie roll, trying to pick the best one for social media. As a political strategy, it's not unheard of. She mutters, plenty of Earth dictators used it. I just can't tell if it's officially strategy or if he's really just this vain. You hear footsteps approaching and Mars groans. Lum claps his hand on her shoulder, smiles broadly. There you are. I was thinking in the next video, I think the colony is ready to see some of the footage from the counterattack I led against the enemy aliens. Now, stars, you remember this. Lum plays the footage of the time he charged into battle, got nearly everyone killed with explosive. You cringe as you remember it wasn't your finest moment either. You can't believe this is the footage he wants to hold up as proof of his bravery and vision. This is great footage, Mars simpers. Just really great. It's actually perfect for Solana to practice working on her video editing skills. You shoot Mars a stinky look as she just smiles. Lum agrees. With such great material, he practically did your job for you. Try to make him look bad. Easy. Hard. Try to make him look bad. Oh, I'm so bad. No? Fine. Blocked. Annoying. 8. Can't really do anything about that. That's annoying. 4, 5, 4, and the gems on other cards. 9. Yeah, we can still keep doing better. Super goal. A +1 organizing. -1 calling defense. -10 kudos. You crack your knuckles and settle in to make Lum worse than a joke. You make him a meme. Mars cackles when she watches the video, then hits send. It's perfect. She says, I don't care if he looks bad. Garbage in, garbage out, you know? She sighs wistfully as people start to react to the video. I would give you much better source material. Get to work. I hope this is the new, cheaper apartment I can save up for a car. Yes. I also hope so. Get the apprenticeship with HVAC. Yeah. No, fingers crossed. Yeah, for sure. Like, it is, like, it's definitely hard to save when, like, rent is one of those biggest costs, for sure. This is also why, one of the many reasons why I am going to a roommate situation because I actually have things I want to save for in the future, like actively, and maybe I shouldn't be spending almost half or it's no, at this point it's a little more than half. Maybe I shouldn't be spending a little more than half of my income on rent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, rent should be a lot lower, but see, all the people who own places want to make more money, so everything just goes up. I mean, you know, the game Monopoly was literally built to show that capitalism is bad when it comes to owning land, but people just turned it into a game that they liked having fun with, so, you know, yeah. But still, I'm glad I'll be able to save more money after this, for sure. It's not that I wasn't saving money, I was still saving money, it's just, it would be nice to, like, actually proper save money. I feel you. And I'm super glad that I am also super privileged to not need a car here, with living next to the metro, and being able to just take the metro to work when I need to. But I know what America's like. I know you need that car. Like, really. Yeah, unfortunately. It's also the thing that, like, even extremely reasonable people start to get, like, penny pinching real fast when it comes to, like, being landlords. Because, first of all, because everything costs so much, so it's not like, oh, it's just a little bit here and there. Nah. But, like, investing into places to make money, it's, I have some feelings about the morality of it, but the fact is, deciding not to do it, if you have that option, and, like, you're trying to make more passive income, and you're trying to not, like, work every day to be able to live, I understand why people go that option, because we're all trying to escape the rat race. Of course, once people have enough, they'll still never feel like they've fully escaped, because nothing ever feels stable, like really stable. Nothing ever feels completely certain, because it isn't, because all this stuff is completely made up, and it just takes a couple people to just stop following the agreements on how things should be for everything to get ruined for everyone. So yeah, you know. But yeah, I personally still feel that people should not be allowed to own more than one, maximum 2 properties. I still feel like 1 is enough, but sure, extended circumstances, maybe there's a reason you need a second property. But, like, that could be a hard maximum, and maybe businesses shouldn't be able to own places where people live, like residential areas. Maybe that shouldn't be a thing. I don't know. It's pretty radical, but at minimum, I think it'd be worth at least considering that this current system is completely broken. Yeah, 2 in the case of gigantic families, but then, like, wouldn't you just have one of the other family members own it instead? Like, if you're in a gigantic family, there's another person who could own it. Put it in their name. Then you have a second one. You know? That would make sense to me. Like, as soon as you start adding more people, you also add people who can own things. Roll to bed at noon because you're allowed to, because it's your birthday, but also because you're exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege, more and more every night, like they're trying to tell you something urgent. Can't make any sense of it. All the imagery is jumbled together, all these possibilities and timelines of things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat, a scream already in your throat. Yeah, hard agree. Rampant capitalism is not the way to go. Sit on the edge of your bed, run a hand through your hair, and check your hollow palm. A few people wished you happy birthday, that's all. Yes, you're getting older, birthdays aren't important as they used to be. Right, and Mars wants to meet you for lunch on the last day. You'll have to practice your smile. Gonna meet Mars for lunch. As you enter the lounge, surprise! You do your very best to play along and act surprised. Woo! Streamers, balloons, great. All your friends are clapping and standing around wearing goofy hats. Nomi is holding a bunch of balloons larger than they are. Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring with a few pointed, all this for me? You shouldn't have. No, really. Cal brings over a hollow screen with a video call from Tammy. She looks exhausted but proud, and in her arms a tiny little wrapped bundle of joy. Look, Solana. Echinacea. Yeah, it is not a word I know how to pronounce. Just missed your birthday by a day. You coo over the baby girl and wish Tammy a speedy recovery. She looks even more tired than you are, but everyone is healthy and happy. That's what matters. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing, and they're all here because they care about you. And you get some unexpected guests. The lounge begins to feel with the Helio kids, mostly ones you don't know. The ones who usually keep to themselves and, well, don't much like you, original or stratospheric kids. Mace and Anemone are with them, his arms draped over her shoulders. Anemone gives you a wave acknowledgement for your birthday, which earns a weird look from Vase. Hey, who invited you guys? Cal says. This is a private party. It's a public lounge, Vase replies. We can sit wherever we want. Cal stomps right in the midst of the Helios. You guys think just because you fell out of the sky, you're the Wormhole's gift to Vertumna. That sounds super funny. Stream. Yes, I understand. Go grocery stop and be social. Enjoy the life deep in reality. Get your points. Fill up your gauges in real life. Add +1 to your creativity, bravery, empathy. -1 to hunger. In real life. Good times, good times. You rarely seen Cal so ready for a fight. He doesn't seem to care the body language of the Helio kids has changed from cocky to dangerous. You're just a bunch of fascists. Cal continues, you and Lum. The lounge erupts. Face make them stop. Anemone make them stop. None of them are my friend. Fight, fight. Chairs screeching across the floor as the Helios jump to their feet yelling at Cal, calling the colony illegal and Cal a fugitive. They jostle him around and Cal plants his feet, stands his ground. You hear a bottle breaking, someone advancing on Cal. He's not backing down. Stop it! Your voice is drowned out by their argument, then someone throws a punch. It's all chaos from there. Despite Cal's bravado and brawny physique, he's no fighter. Once the Helio kid socks him in the stomach and he goes down like a felled gnarl tree. Rex throws himself between Cal and his assailants, catching a few kicks on Cal's behalf before the Helios get tired and leave. A few parting shots at Cal's alleged romantic interactions with the float cows. Beast doesn't get involved, but he doesn't stop them either. He's the last to leave the lounge, staring hard at Rex before smirking and turning away. Rex helps Cal to his feet. First time, huh? Says, dusting off Cal's clothes. Don't worry, they probably got it out of their system. Good on you for sticking up for yourself. Anemone lingers at a distance, clearly angry at Cal, but feeling bad about the fight. Well, Mars exclaims, clapping her hands. That was enough excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part, cake and presents. Under Mars' skillful party-hosting hand, the mood shifts back to festive. You enjoy your presents and cake, but tension's boiling over like that is a bad omen for the rest of the year. Sure is. Okay, so we're basically just gonna, talk to Tange and sleep. Can choose not to take new cards. Why would I do that? Oh, when you get a new one, you can just say, I don't want this. Happy birthday, Solana. She goes, annual birthday hug. Made you this. She's got the cake. I share it with Tammy. Obviously, it's still great. Do you need something? Yeah. She does. They are consistent with the fact that she do have the baby. The bee-boo. Yeah, exactly. No, it makes perfect sense. You don't want to be stuck with a card. So let's sleep until Vertumnalia. Relax and lounge. Yes. None of it matters. Sleep quiet. Relax. Last time there was a baby in the colony, you were basically a child yourself. You don't remember babies being so loud. The adults are all very empathetic to colicky, fussy echinacea, but every time you've seen Tammy since the baby arrived, she's looked more tired. At night, you can hear them all the way in your room. Echinacea's tiny, choking shrieks, and Tammy singing to her until her voice goes hoarse. Everyone expected Tammy to rely on Aunt Ann in the new creche, letting her watch Echinacea just like she watched all of you when you were babies. But for some reason, Tammy's been stubbornly trying to do it all alone. Maybe because she has so much experience from volunteering in the old creche, Tammy thinks she doesn't need the help. Even when she does put Ekanisha in the creche, it's because Tammy's right there, still caring for her. Then the things Tammy would normally help with get backed up, which makes her even more stressed. Haha, she's trying to do it all. She's so determined to be the best mom that she's not actually letting herself be also a person and taking care of herself. Aunt Anne has tried to convince Tammy not to be so controlling. It takes a community to raise a child. You've all grown up believing that. But whenever anyone even insinuates Tammy might not be all Ekanisha needs, she starts crying and yelling at them. You've never seen Tammy yell. It's really unsettling. Today you find Tammy in the lounge, bouncing a squawking Ekanisha on her shoulder. Though her movements are light and happy, her face is empty, like she's totally checked out. Hey, Solana, she says, summoning up a smile as you approach. Sorry, am I being too loud? I can go somewhere else. How are you? Just then, Ekanisha starts howling, her little lungs making a truly impressive sound. Tammy falters, shh, Mommy's got this, it's okay. Tammy has not got this, and she knows it. You can tell she doesn't really think she can handle things. Oh, can you teach me to babysit for her? Or just, no, my turn to babysit. BB! Oh, it's got different colors in the hair. And the ears like Tammy's. Okay, so it's artificial insemination, but it's okay, so there's some mixy things going on here. Oh, that's a great idea, Ekanisha. I think it's time to meet Auntie Solana. You and Tammy fall into a routine where every evening after dinner you take Ekanisha and go for a nice long walk through the gardens. Just getting a few hours of sleep before staying up most of the night with Ekanisha does wonders for Tammy's sanity, and soon she's confident enough to allow other people to help out during the daytime. Cal is relieved. She'd been freezing him out as well, insisting that because she is her baby alone, she should be able to handle it. Seeing him hold Ekanisha just looks bright. Eventually, Tammy agrees to place Ekanisha in the creche during the day so she can fully recover from the birth and sort out her mental health. Still, she spends a lot of time in the creche because she wants to, not because she feels like she's to prove she's a good mother. It's still hard raising a little baby, but Tammy's going to do great with a little help from the colony that loves her. Aww. This is a very sweet image, too. You want to forget? Nah. Keep your memories. They never ask me if I want to get rid of some of those 0 cards. They're always like, do you want to get rid of these nice cards that you earned recently? Early pollen. Oh, there you are, Solana. Tammy bounced over to you in a bright mood, her daughter in a sling in her bosom. Can you do me a big favor and come with me to the cafe? I need your opinion on thing I've been making. Of course. Happy birthday, Solana. It's not your birthday. You walk in the cafe to all your friends jumping in. They're working party hats, throwing streamers, blowing noisemakers. You're pretty sure you see a tiered display of cupcakes. Real ones, not soy cakes. Okay, I'm feeling under the weather? I didn't realize that. I've been literally sleeping in the lounge for 3 months straight. Others raise their glasses to you. They cheer happy birthday again, laughing at the joke. You feel their love like a blanket wrapping around your shoulders. You're so special to us, Solana, Tammy says. Ekanisha gurgles, lets out a warning wink. Wink? Tammy bounces from side to side. I want you to enjoy yourself. Go and mingle while I put the finishing touches on everything, okay? Talk to Mom and Dad. Dad are chatting with themselves. Oh, little gooseberry. No, it's not really your birthday. Mom and I think you're great every day, so why wait? Dad puts his hands on your shoulders and gives you a serious look. I know things have been hard for you lately. Just wanted you to know that no matter what, your folks are here for you, all the way. Dad's right. We'll always be here for you. Nothing you can't handle. Hello, Rex. It's easy to find Rex. He's the loudest in the room, absolutely covered in children, like a golem made out of smaller golems. They're climbing all over him and tugging at his ear. Like, how big are these children, though? Because, like, there aren't small children here. There haven't been any children for years, though. So what? Everyone say hi to Solana, Rex says. All the children yell at you before releasing him and scattering like stink roaches. Rex laughs and takes a chance to stretch, swinging his arms over his head. Thanks, I was done for. Settles over to you, bumping your hips together as he drapes his arm over your shoulder. Happy not birthday, babe. Considering a career change. I do make a pretty good climbing gym, he says thoughtfully. It's one of my many talents. Tammy had to bring all the kids she babysits here so she could set up the party. Figured I could give her a break. Rex's ears twitches an ear-peaking squawk from the Ekanisha rips the ear. Ooh, some things I can't help with, though. You have to talk, you time to find Tammy. No, go enjoy your party. Seriously, don't waste your time with me. Nowhere I'd rather be than with you. Oh, it's so nice of you to say. Can you please play with Echinacea for a little bit? Solana and I are going to get some air. So Nugget, okay. Oh, you're Solana. Okay. You and Tammy slip out the side door of the cafe, set off towards the garden. Tammy seems grateful for the break. She chats animatedly about the plans to build a new crush now that the second wave of colonists are beginning to realize the benefits of raising children communally instead of saddling whoever birthed them with all the responsibility. I hope that means that Echinacea will have lots of other crush sibs soon, just like we did, Tammy says with a wistful smile. I just want her to be happy like we were. You both look over the walls, a threat of danger they represent. Tammy doesn't comment on her use of past tense, and you let it sit in the air between you. Not awkward, just accepting. It's quiet in the garden this time of day. Everyone's either at the party or catching some rest while the suns are at their highest. A garden bot hops by its spindly bird legs. You and Tammy are alone. Even in your silence, Tammy senses you might have something to say. What's on your mind, Selena? I'm so lucky to have you as a friend. Tammy's gentle laughter fills the air. She slips her arm in yours and rests her head gently against you. I'm the one who's lucky, Solana. I don't know why you chose to be my friend, but I'm so grateful. You and Tammy enjoy a few more minutes together in the garden, cloud watching and talking about whatever crosses your mind. Tammy's simple thankfulness is infectious, from her excitement over a new flower to her steadfast love for you shining through her every word. You can feel your heart unburden itself with each step, dropping your troubles like stones to mark where you've been. Whoa. Eventually it's time to head back to the party. Cupcakes to eat after all. Good to know. Tammy takes Echinacea back from Nugget, but before you can rejoin the party, Tammy stops with a hand on your arm. Wait, I have a present for you too. You process Tammy's done enough already, but she's hearing none of it. She presses the book to your hands. The title reads, 100 Reasons Why I Love You. The book is filled cover to cover with memories, fond observations, and little sketches, all in Tammy's loving hand. There's more than 100, she says, shyly tugging in one ear. I wrote the title first, but then I couldn't stop writing. You don't know what to say. Tammy's simply the best. The rest of the party goes off without a hitch. Even little Echinacea is well behaved now, letting Tammy light the cupcakes. As you blow out your candles and everyone cheers, your only wish is to be able to feel like this forever, surrounded by love and support. Oh, that's so precious. Wouldn't you know it? I gotta get to the next thing. Lounge. Snacks. You must liberate the snacks. Keep your memories. Yes. Sleep. Take me. When's it gonna be done? Nobody knows. Relax in the lounge. Oh, leave it. It's fine. Yes. Does Tangent have anything to say? Nope. Try to give her something. Doesn't matter. Okay, one last sleep. If nothing happens, we're going back in time. This card sucks. This year, Governor Lum's ascension to Vertumnalia stage is heralded by an entire military band, their instruments shiny and nano-printed new. They march out of command in formations, splitting and forming a phalanx at the foot of the stage as Lum takes his place before you. Spotlights turn on with heavy ka-chunk noises, illuminating Lum in a halo of floating dust particles. He spreads his arm wide. Hello, Vertuna! Are we winning or what? The reaction's mixed. You look around. Easy to see the ones cheering the loudest are Helios and people who fully adopted their mentality, like Anemone. The Stratos are more reserved, some even silent. Security Chief Red is one of them, his usual stony expression hiding his true feelings. Regardless, there's enough cheering that Lum has to wait for it to die down before he continues. We're killing it out there, people, he claims. Every day we claw a little more territory from the savage aliens of this planet. A potato pod arcs through the air and lands with a broken splort at Lum's feet, splattering him with juice. Didn't see who threw it, but the faction from Geoponics is looking restless. They began to jeer and stomp their feet. Lum continues raising his fist. Those Xenos attacked us first. Now they're learning. Don't mess with humankind. The crowd is now evenly split between cheering and booing. The Stratos are agitated. You hear calls from return to how they were and how Lum and his soldiers are killing the planet. Even the council, lined up before the stage and facing the crowd, looks conflicted. We left Earth to get away from the shit, your dad shouts. Now turn to look at him in surprise. He rarely swears. Now look at us. We're right back to where we started, fighting each other and the planet. We brought it with us. Utopia hops on stage and routs her own Here Speak through the speakers. He's lying. This year we lost 2 surveyors in the swamp, Sorrel and Queenie. They'd be alive today if Lum hadn't sent them to clear out a manticore den for no good reason. She jams her fingers against the governor's chest. The only threat here to our colony is you. Lum's smile doesn't change, but his eyes go cold. He snatches Utopia's hand and calmly, slowly crushes her hollow palm crystal with his thumb. You can hear the crunch of bones in her hand before her feed cuts out. Utopia yelps as her knees buckle with the pain, her bravado gone. She holds her broken hand to her chest and is too shocked to resist when Lum shoves her off stage. The crowd is stunned into silence as well. Lum clears his throat and approaches the end of the stage, looming tall over the council. Thank you for your input, he says icily. Your concerns have been noted. This isn't the buffoon Lum presents on his daily hollow vlogs or the nuisance he is when he visits a worksite. You've seen something in his eyes you've only caught glimmers of before. Hatred. You Stratos are lucky we didn't crush you under our boots and take your colony by force, he sneers. Before we got here, this colony was doomed. You're only alive because I was merciful. There's a bunch of burnt-out hippie fugitives. What was your plan for surviving out here? Wishful thinking, singing songs, and talking to animals? Laughter ripples through the Helios. You, he gestures to the council, then jerks his thumb at the chest. Need us. Not the other way around. I'm done pretending I need to listen to your opinions. If you want to live, you'll do what I say. He stares as Dr. Instance, who glares up at him with hate in her eyes as she tends to Utopia's hand. Maybe it's time to clean house, he threatens. We need team players here, ones who share one vision for the future of Fortuna. And shall I continue with the traditional formalities now? Whatever, do what makes you feel better, you're all cowards. There are no contests this year, there's plenty of food and alcohol. The Helios, including Vase and Anemone, head straight for it, look ready to party in the night. Other teens seem a little less at ease. Hang out with the Stratos. I know you think he's evil, Tammy says, holding Shanae to her shoulder while she speaks urgently too. But don't you think he's even a little bit that he's right about Fortuna being too dangerous? Cal crosses his arms and shakes his head. Killing is never right, Tammy. We can't fight a whole planet. If we meet violence with violence, it's just numbers. They're gonna win. We have to find a better way or we're all gonna die anyway. Tammy's chin wobbles. She clenches defiantly. I just want to have a family, Cal. Why can't we have one safe place on this awful planet where we can be safe? She adjusts Eukinesia against her chest. I think it's worth defending this one space for ourselves. The monsters can live somewhere else, just not here. He's right. Killing's wrong. I want Eukinesia to grow up somewhere safe like we did. A peal of laughter rises from where Rex and Nomi are playing what looks like a competitive slapping game. Rex rubs his reddened cheek ruefully as Nomi rolls around their back, kicking their legs in the air. Gotcha, got you good, too slow, too slow. They stop and beckon you over. Come here, Solana, they say. Promise we're not even talking about the war, even a little bit. Okay, we are a little bit, but we're mostly making fun of those guys. He jerks his thumb towards Vase and a group of friends who've wrangled themselves into a little trippet or skewering it to roast over a bonfire. You can hear its dying squeals from here, and as night falls, smell the sweet charred scent of it cooking. They've always kind of been like this, just like total human supremacists. See something you don't understand? Pew pew, all gone. Want something someone else has? Pew pew, all yours. They lean back on their hands and look up at the night sky. In dusk, the wormhole looks so peaceful and far away. Used to think Rex and me were like changelings, like aliens beamed in or replaced with 2 human babies with weirdos. The dancing and feasting continues well into the night while you pass the time with your friends in the peaceful faction. Knowing that the whole colony isn't into being soldiers and fighting Lum's war on nature makes you feel a little less alone, but you can't stop thinking about Governor's eyes as he crushed Utopia's hand today. As long as he's in charge, does it matter what anyone else wants? The week after Vertumnalia is one of the hottest since you've landed. You're supposed to take time off for a much-needed break. It's just so humid and awful, tempers are short. Shortly after the festival, you start seeing graffiti cropping up everywhere. Seems that a lively, if not particularly civil, conversation between the 2 factions being held on the flat surface on the colony. Lum announces a zero-tolerance policy for political graffiti. You notice not every tag is being removed, just the ones against the war, of course. The atmosphere of the colony is oppressive, as thick as the choking dust heat itself. Everywhere you try to relax, people just want to talk about the war. To make matters worse, the sweltering nights are making your nightmares intense again. You return to work feeling more stressed than before. No plague for us, I guess. Well, guess we're going back in time. Actually, hold on. Load. Let's go back here one quick. Let's make a full save for save as new save. Okay, pro genocide. Genocide. And in the meantime, we're just gonna go back and not do that. Because honestly, it seems like whatever happened, it didn't work. So we're gonna talk about not having genocide. But for now, we're just gonna save here and go from there. Nope, we're not going for a longer stream today, which is exactly why this is ending now, because I can't. I have other things I need to do. I was just really hoping I could see the thing. Oh, Tammy's here now. Interesting. That's new. Huh, I wonder why. Anyways, so thank you all for hanging out today. This was really lovely. I'm glad I got to play more of this game again. And let's see. Any news I need to update people with? I will be moving soon. I think I'm fine next Wednesday. Next Monday, I am not streaming though. I have things that I need to do, absolutely. We will see about next Wednesday. I will let you guys know. That one's a little maybe, because I might really need to start packing. Like, because it's really hard to pack otherwise, and I really only have time outside of work. So, we'll see. So, if that's the case, what's gonna happen is we'll be having a break for... It might be a break for a little while. We'll see. I will let you guys know. All I know is next Monday, no stream. Next Wednesday, maybe. And then we'll go from there. I'll let everyone know. But yeah, we'll be, it's gonna have some holidays coming up soon as well. So hopefully everything, if I don't see you guys before the holidays, then happy holidays coming up, etc., etc. And looking forward to playing more in the future. Bye guys.